it to a place this morning called Lonnie's Pond. Now, Lonnie's Pond is in Delran, New Jersey, just off of Route 130, Creek Road area. And it's near a place called Swedes Lake. Now, Swedes Lake looks like a very large lake where people are putting small bass boats, kayaks, things like that. But Lonnie's Pond is pretty much accessed from what looks like the same parking area. So when you go in, Lonnie's Pond will be on your left-hand side, and then Swedes Lake will be off to your right-hand side. What's kind of unique about this trip is it's 5:01 a.m. in the morning, and I'm actually have to be at work in about an hour and a half from now. But since I had some extra time and nothing to do, I figured I would swing by this place and check it out. So we'll get some glimpses. It's pretty foggy out. Might do for some good footage, and we'll check out Lonnie's Pond. I definitely am going to be heading back to check out Swedes Lake at some point, and depending on how much time I have at Lonnie's Pond or how well I do, we could revisit that place as well. So I will see you guys when I get there. So this is actually Swedes Lake, guys. I'm half tempted to just try this out, but like I said, I'm going to try Lonnie's Pond first. See some tire tracks here, so obviously a possible spot for a boat ramp. Looks a little shallow here. It's definitely a little dirty as far as like trash goes. A lot of trash here. Trash can over there is like over full, which is kind of expected. This is being recorded right after Memorial Day. There might have been a lot of people here over the weekend. They didn't get a chance to like clean up the trash, but man, the trash that's on the banks is kind of crazy. And it's super shallow right here. I can see at least 12 to 15 yards out in my regular glasses, but it does look like a beautiful spot. And there's a path over here to my left, and it looks like there's some access points down there, and then those are mostly houses over there. But we're not here for that. I'm going to come back here another day, another time, maybe the same video, probably not. And we're going to head over to Lonnie's Pond. So you can see my car is right back here behind me, and Lonnie's Pond is right across through there. All right, so pull across the parking lot. It's pretty, like I said, pretty early in the morning. There's no one else here besides a guy that was walking his dog. And I was able to park like right here. There's a nice little path access point. You can see the pond is right behind me. There's a bunch of trails that go up to this side. There's a bunch of trails that go up to this side. It looks like on the opposite side of the lake, there's a bunch of access points. All right, so I just walked up, and I don't know if you guys can see in here, but there's just a ton of small minnows and bait fish. I seen a pretty decent sized sunny like right out there. Huge bullfrog just off to my left jumped in the water. But the fact that I see these bait fish, I see water action out there. It's definitely shallow for a ways here, but I'm gonna get out past that. But it's a good sign. I haven't been to too many lakes and ponds in the past couple of episodes where I've even seen any like small fish action. That definitely looks like a small either bluegill in there or perch, I'm not sure. But all right, here we go. So I so wish I had more time here. I only ended up having probably about 35 minutes, and one of the issues I had is the spot, this access point right here, the closest one, it's so shallow. It's probably a good 30 yards I can see out, where it's no more than 10 feet deep. So even me getting out there, 50 or 60 yards, I still, even past that 30, I'm not sure, how shallow that spot is. Past that point, I just couldn't really tell because of, oh, I am so sorry about that. I just couldn't tell because of the lighting, if it even dropped off after that 30 yards. So got to try to get back here. I didn't have time to walk around. I walked around to the right side, and there was this tiny little access point, but it looks like the bigger access points are completely on the other side of the pond, which I definitely didn't have time to go check out. What was cool is that I seen a bunch of deer tracks and thinking, man, this is a lot of deer tracks. I ended up walking right up on a huge doe. and the thing just like takes off into the pine trees. So that's it for now, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so I am back at Lodi Pond, and there was a entire family kind of at the place I showed you guys on the last clip. It was like straight up like they were at the beach. They had lawn chairs, beach toys. Dude had like a little hibachi out. He was fishing. He was fishing. But it looked like his wife or girlfriend or whatever she was tanning it out, and then kids were playing in the dirt, and they were all in the bikinis and definitely beach gear. So I couldn't go there, so I'm checking out if there's any other spots. The one other spot that I know for sure there was someone at, I could see from across the water. So I'm just gonna try to come around here, see if I can get near there and let you guys know. So look at these guys. Look at these guys chilling in there, man. There's like 6 or 7 of them. It's awesome. Look at them. Look at all these bluegill, little mini bluegill. Oh man, there's about 30 of them right here. There's so many. There's so many in here. It's crazy. So many. Dozens and dozens of them. So they must have just finished spawning in this place. All right. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. This place, one of the things about this place might be, I don't know, might be swimming hole, local hangout hole. Since I've been here, I've had tons of groups come. I had a bunch of kids that came behind me. They were doing some illegal activities that you shouldn't be doing in public here in New Jersey. And then I had a group of about 7 kids that came past me, probably like from 8 to 14, and they started swimming about 30 yards down from me. And I don't blame them. It's actually a really gorgeous water. And I took my shoes off and was standing out in it for a little bit, and there must have been 40 or 50 little perch. I'm pretty sure I saw a yellow perch, a little baby yellow perch, and would look like about a 4 or 5 inch smallmouth, but I couldn't tell if it was smallmouth or largemouth. But it is a beautiful water. But there's another group across the lake behind the other group that was there, and they got music playing, and they're jamming out. I don't even think they were fishing. So this seems like a little like hide hole, nice hide hole for the locals to come and swim and hang out and hide from their parents. And maybe there's probably a lot of good fish in here, but I just haven't had a chance to fish it much and find out. I'm gonna try a few minutes right here, and there's another little hole over there. The problem with these little holes is, unless I can walk out at least 10 yards, it's almost not worth trying to get my lure out there, but I'm gonna try. My final assessment of actually what is called on Fish Brain Lake Lonnie, not Lodi Pond, so my apologies there, is I don't know. It is a beautiful piece of water, not a lot of trash around, which is good, but lots of little hiking trails, little biking trails. Again, just a few minutes after I recorded the last clip, like another group of like 6 or 7 kids came strolling back there. So and they were just making a lot of noise. They were right behind me. I can't give this place a final assessment until I can get there early enough in the morning and spend some time and try some of those other spots out. But it's really, really hard to get far enough out from the bank. It looked like every spot there had a good 30 yards. Now that it was nice and bright, I had my polarized glasses on, I could easily see 30 yards out. There was no more than a foot or 2 of water. So it was hard to get my bait cast out, beyond where the drop-off point was. And then I'm on the shore with 7-foot tall grass to the right or left of me, so I'm not getting around that to get close to the inside part of the grass. Definitely screams kayak fishing water. I went to come across the street here to Swedes Lake, and there's about 14 cars in the parking lot here, so I'm not even going to get out right now and try this. It is probably the most beautiful day of 2020 here in New Jersey. Everybody is out. I came out of the area back into the parking lot, and the group of kids that were behind me, they were doing some illegal things back in the woods behind me, the one kid was clearly in between two cars, and I saw that he was crouched down looking like in the windows of a vehicle, and the other kid was on the other side of that vehicle, looked like maybe playing around with the door handle, and they didn't hear me at all. And then I came up, and they both sort of just creeped back around the two cars they were at, and like 4 cars over was their car, and the doors were open, and they like got in their car. So my car was fine, it was locked. My car was the closest to their car than any car there, but they were clearly checking out other people's cars before they left to see if any doors were open. It's a nice neighborhood, but people can come here from all over. I mean, it's a public place. So I just don't know what to say about Lake Lonnie yet, guys. There's definitely fish in there. I saw fish activity out in the middle of the water. You gotta get out to them there. And I will come back and try it again, but it's going to be early morning, or it's going to be early morning. All right, so final review of Lake Lonnie. I recorded that. That was like the 3rd place I went to, so I hadn't really decided that I was going to do this final little bit of numbering system as a review system. So let's get into that. Starting off with location. So location, I give Lake Lonnie a 9. You can Google Lake Lonnie, Delran, New Jersey. It'll come up on your map. The parking lot is right pretty much where it says. It pretty much would get a 10, other than the fact that when you do hit the parking lot, you have to walk a little bit to see the lake, but it's pretty obvious where it's at once you hit the parking lot. And it's just surrounded by pine trees. It's almost like a hidden oasis, you know, of this little lake. Or it's really a pond, so they're in the middle of these pine trees with some sandy areas around it. Beautiful little lake. So the location, I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. Easy to find, beautiful area, nothing really around it but trees and nature. Great spot. Okay, brings us to the second thing, which is ease of access. Now, unfortunately, it only gets a 6 for the ease of access. Once you come from the parking area, there is a access point pretty close by, but the fact that that access point and another access point are really the only 2 that you have, and the fact that the other bigger one, larger access point, is on the other side of the lake, which is quite a little bit of a walk through soft sand, which could be difficult for some people, and especially if you're lugging your gear around to that side of the lake. The other access points also are through, like I had said, some taller grass. So fortunately, ease of access, while it is right next to the parking spots, it is kind of difficult to navigate your way through the sand and the trees to get to where you would like to be to fish. Okay, now cleanliness. Cleanliness gets a 9. Crazy, seeing as how right across the street is Swedes Lake, and you saw a glimpse of what that place looked like. It was horrendous, but this spot really did not see hardly any trash. A little bit of stuff in the parking area, which is kind of why that also might have dropped it at least down to a 9. There was some trash here or there. The only sign I saw of fishermen being there, I didn't see bobbers, didn't see fishing trash, was like a half ear of corn that someone must have been using for carp, and they just threw on the ground. They're just feeding nature with that, so no biggie. And then the water obviously crystal clear. Didn't see any trash float in the lake anywhere. So cleanliness definitely gets a 9. Overall, I'm only going to give this one a 6. Factoring in, you know, the fact that there were sort of people camping out in the one access spot, and then there was the group of swimmers that came. That really could have been situational. That might not happen all the time, but there still is only the 2 access points for one person, maybe 2 people to be fishing there together. And then the other spots are definitely one person could be standing there fishing at the other access spots. And then the fact that there was so much other foot traffic, I gotta think, including a couple groups, other groups of fishermen that were there, I gotta assume that it's pretty common for this place to have a lot of foot traffic and visitors to this spot, and the fact that it is kind of difficult. So just factoring everything in, I think my overall rating for this is only going to be a 6. Now, I do plan on going back and checking this place out, and I would recommend that, you know, if you want to check this out, it might be a decent spot to try. I just recommend that you go early in the morning, which is obviously what I said before and what I will stick to, and also that maybe on like a overcast day, a dreary day where not so many people might be expected to be out or looking to get out, might be a good day to go as well. So that is a 30 points out of a possible 40, which gives it a 75% fishable rating, which isn't very bad. I do look forward to going back there and trying this place out another time. And that'll do it. That is Lake Lonnie, Delran, New Jersey. Except if you're still watching this, appreciate it. And I got a little bit of treat for you guys, because I'm here in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This little pond behind me is not a fishable pond. There's plenty of signs around that say no skating, no fishing. There's a couple of office buildings, so this is really like a runoff drainage pond. I'm gonna flip the camera around. All right, so I brought a little bit of bread here. Give you guys a little bonus. Check this place out. Oh, that didn't take long. Look at this guy. There is some, oh, he didn't want to get it. I'm a little too close. There's some massive koi and carp in this pond. You guys can see them coming now that they notice I'm here, and I'm throwing some bread out there to them. There we go. Come get some bread. Come get some bread, koi, carp hybrids. There we go. Yummy, yummy bread. Yummy bread. This is actually the first time I haven't actually been here in probably like 3 years. And I remember the last time I was here, I kind of came to that side over there between the two office buildings. I brought my daughter and we walked over there, and we brought some crackers. And I don't know if they've moved some of the fish, or maybe they're just not being fed as much, because there's probably not people working here so much right now. A lot of work from home going on. I'm sorry. But you would walk up to the side of this thing and you'd see about 80 of these guys come up to the water. Oh, look at this guy over here. Big old black and white. Oh. I don't know if this is exciting for you guys, but hey, little bonus. Oh, there's some babies. You see those guys? See if we can get them to come up. Now they're starting to come in. Now they're starting to come in and fight over it. Look at the little, oh, now he's chasing the baby. Oh, come on, the baby's got to eat too, guys. Come on, don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. The baby koi actually kind of has like a bass coloring. Never really seen baby kois, so maybe they start off that color and they develop their color a little later on. You guys can correct me down below if you want to. Look at those guys swimming. See if I can get them to. There's a lot of bread out there. There we go. There's everything. There's all my bread. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little bonus koi feeding. I'm out of food. But I had to turn this on. There is a huge carp in here, and unfortunately I'm out of food. Maybe he'll swing back by. There he is. Oh, he's a little dark though. Humongous carp. Sorry, I'm probably more excited about these guys than you guys are. I'll probably sit here a while longer and just watch them go crazy, because there's plenty of little pieces of. Look at this guy. Oh man. Oh, that orange guy had to be at least 24 inches. Okay, this time I mean it. That's the end.